Good afternoon, everyone. It's Sunday afternoon here in Les Sables d'Olonne, just coming up towards 1:30 in the afternoon. So I hope you're all having a good weekend. We had a few computer issues this morning, but anyway, we're back online again now. And I thought you'd give you a quick update on our last three boats currently sailing. So the positions we're getting now are about half an hour old. And Tapio is doing really well, making 5.7 knots. He was for the last 4 hours prior to this doing about nearly 6 knots. So you got plenty of breeze there coming from the southwest and really trucking north on track. So you'd be happy about that. No big messages from Tapio. Well, there's a few good messages from Tapio, I should say. We're not able to use his YB3 tracker and texting unit rather. There's the tracker on the back of the boat. There's the texting unit, which is a backup tracker if that fails. But for some reason, we're not getting messages out from his YB3 satellite text. So the messages we are getting are coming from his Iridium satellite phone. I think he kind of likes it because he can put more messages, more digits into the message a lot easier using the keyboard of the phone. Anyway, we'll see how long that lasts. We might eventually secure his normal texting unit, but for now all's good. So the weather is favourable for Tapio. He's gone past the Falklands. He's in an interesting position. If we, as in tactics, it's good to go middle of the road, keeps your options open. So if we go forward another day, still got a good south-southwesterly breeze there that's going to push him along nice and strong. Go through to the 13th, which is 3 days ahead in the morning. He's still got a reasonable breeze. 3 days from now he'll be here, but he'll pay off. He'll head out, around this this system here. That's Southern Ocean. So what do we got now? I'm getting confused, but that's the centre of a little high there actually. So he'll be still happy, making good progress. And no real complaints, no storms. He will have missed that one going around the bottom, but then he starts to get into some very unstable weather. This is getting up in towards the horse latitudes here, and you know what's happened to the other entrants. They have a bit of a challenge getting through because it can be anything and everything all at once. So there's going to be a few challenges. That looks good. This is on the 15th. He'll be going there, so watch this space. No storms, that's the good news, and the barnacles aren't holding him up for today because he's got plenty of breeze, so Tapio's pretty happy. If we come up the top, you probably heard all the fun that Uku's been having of late. He did that little hiccup in the track we mentioned a couple of days ago with his backstay. We're not sure yet exactly what did happen to the backstay, but certainly he managed to get up the mast and sort it out, but in the process cut his hand quite badly, or cut his finger quite deeply and badly. Ended up coming down a bit sleepy and only did a temporary repair, and apparently it's gone a bit ugly and there's old dressings caught in it and so on, but he's managed to sort it and clean it and get it back on track after he caught the big marlin, so he's got some food, which is kind of nice. So he's making 4.7 knots, and interestingly, that's not the real weather. This is the real weather today. You can see a distinct lightening here of the trade winds. So whereas normally you'd expect to see solid northeasterlies, they're actually in this area they're coming around. It's a northeasterly, which is exactly what he doesn't want. That'll force him a little bit out to the west. He's not quite there at the moment. He's got more or less a northeasterly there, but as he gets north, it's getting a little bit more north in it. And here's a classic blocking zone that Jean-Luc came up against. So he wouldn't want to be there now because by the look of it, well, let's just see what happens. We come forward a day. It's still there. It's moving around. Uku won't get this. He'll have these trades, and certainly, there you go. It's starting to get a bit more consistent northeasterly, so he'll like that. Through to the 13th, same again. 14th. He's got about 600 miles. Each one of these, that's 10 degrees, and every degree is 60 miles. So there's 600 miles between these latitude lines here. That's going to take him about 4.5 to maybe 5 days, depending on how fast he's going. So let's say 5 days time, that's a week before he gets up there. But then he comes into this new tactical decision. So there we go. And there's the trades continuing all the way up to 30 degrees north, which is not too bad. Remembering Jean-Luc served his penalty down here at 20 degrees north, and then the hole was just there blocking him. So by the time he gets up here, this is on the 15th, which is only 5 days away. Okay, he'll be about there then. So it looks like he might hold the breeze. There's another 2 days. Yeah, the trades are holding north. 3 days. Ooh, yeah, it's getting a bit strong. He'll be up here then. So that's basically a week from now. And he'll be, sort of around there. So again, just we'd say boring old trades, but for Uku it's going to be banging and crashing, trying to hold as high as he can. Hopefully his hand will repair by then, and it's not too much work. But he'll be glad to have the food. He's looking forward to that, I'm certain. In fact, he would have already eaten quite a lot. So coming back to real-time weather now, Istvan. If we blow that up a bit, he's got some challenges getting through the doldrums, this little area of squalls and confusing weather. He's actually, that's pretty good, 5.3. The previous 4 hours when this rolled over, he was doing a lot slower. He was only doing about 3 knots or something. So maybe he's getting out of the trades, getting out of the doldrums rather. Maybe it's just a localised squall that's giving him a good breeze, but it's suggesting here the trades are about to reach him. And if we go forward a day, let's take it forward a day here. No, it's still pretty light, so they're moving away from him on the 11th. On the 12th, it's back again. So yeah, he's on the edge of the northeast trades, so that's a good thing, and he'll be underway. However, if we look at this, you see where Istvan is. Uku's up here. He's a good 600 miles behind him now, so Uku's pulled out 130, 140 miles on him, maybe even a bit more, 150 miles. But then it's boat for boat. Uku should still be a little bit faster, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, once Istvan gets there, it's going light again. No, a good solid breeze there, so that's okay. They're just sailing trade winds, and we're not expecting anything real exciting to happen. It's just making miles, but the good news is for both of them, it gets them up to the finish line, and we're hoping to see Uku at the finish on around about the 8th of March. And that would mean at this rate, if Istvan's 600 miles behind, it would be 4.5 to 5 days later. So we'll be so bold as to sometime this week start predicting a finishing time, first ETA for Uku into Les Sables d'Olonne. Now that he's got all the food, we know he's not going to be too light on, so that's all pretty good. All very simple, not a lot to report, but we'll keep you updated as it rolls along. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you again probably on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Probably Tuesday for a live update again. Thanks a lot.